Lately, I've been noticing myself learning more slowly. I'm not trying to learn slowly exactly. I'm just not trying to learn as much as I can, as fast as I can. In a few months, I'll be teaching clawhammer banjo at the Ossipee Valley Music Festival String Camp. It'll be my first time teaching clawhammer, and I'm really excited about it, but I'm a little nervous too. I'm not worried about teaching. I know how to play clawhammer, and I know how to teach. But outside of teaching hours, there's going to be a lot of jamming with the other faculty. Something I haven't really done much in the old-time world, and honestly, I just don't know that many old-time tunes yet. And that makes me feel like I could be uncomfortable jamming, even though these people are my friends, because I don't immediately feel adequate in this context. At a different time in my life, I think I would have taken this as a challenge. I could scour the internet for the most common tunes at old-time jams to make sure I wasn't wasting my time learning tunes other people might not know. I'd learn them in the most common keys, and I'd learn really basic versions of each tune, just enough to get by, so I could quickly move on to the next one. And as long as I kept moving and kept reviewing the things I had already learned, I bet I could learn 40 or 50 tunes before then, which would put me in a much better position as far as the extracurricular jamming is concerned. I've actually done this sort of thing before, and it works. But I'm not going to do that. Don't get me wrong, I'm always interested in learning more tunes, and I'm happy to learn tunes that other people play because it's fun to play them together. I'm sure by the time this camp comes along that I'll have learned a bunch of new tunes just by being interested enough to learn them. But jamming isn't my job. It's not a game I can win. I'm not being graded on the number of tunes that I know, so I'm not going to cause myself unnecessary stress or anxiety by pretending that the stakes are higher than they actually are. The struggle to keep up with the banjo player I think I'm supposed to be is an internal one. It's not really always about the banjo. Now, that's a deeper issue that I don't have a concrete answer for. It's just something that I personally struggle with, but I just don't believe being good at something is enough to make me happy. So here's what I've been trying to do instead. I try to listen to music that I love, and it's a bonus if I end up finding players or albums that inspire me to learn new techniques or new tunes. But if I find that I'm comparing myself too critically to those players, or listening just as if I'm doing research or homework, then I'll likely change what I'm listening to or go do something else. When I practice, I'll work on new tunes or techniques, often slowly with a metronome. I find this fun and meditative, so I don't mind getting in the weeds with practicing something that doesn't quite sound like music yet, either because I'm practicing something I'm not comfortable with yet, or because I'm just repeating a short phrase or idea, not even the whole tune. That said, practicing is generally in preparation for something, so I'm trying to be mindful of whether or not I'm just endlessly preparing, rather than spending more of my time just playing. Because these days, I'm finding the most joy in just playing. It can be a surprisingly difficult thing to do if you think you're supposed to be doing something else, or doing something better. But I've been finding it well worth the effort to focus on the pure enjoyment of playing. Not like a professional musician performing a particularly impressive or moving piece of music, but more like a child playing with a toy. So on a good day, I'm not getting after it. I'm not grinding, not locking in, not getting my money's worth or using my time wisely. I'm playing, learning, exploring, but not necessarily in preparation for something else, just enjoying right now. It's not always easy to stay comfortable with that, but I'm happier when I do. By the way, if you'd like to learn this tune, Seneca Square Dance, there's a link in the description of this video where you'll find a full video breakdown of this arrangement, as well as tablature. It's usually in the key of G, but here I'm playing it in C. You may not be able to entice your friends or local jam to learn it in a different key, so in this case, you'll just have to enjoy it on your own, which is pretty nice too. Okay, have a good one. See ya.